Okay, it's way too hot out for the sweater, hold on. Last summer I made a video on how to drive stick shift for your very first time. It was just a very simple introductory video on how to drive a manual car, and I think that it helped a lot of you guys out. That may be how some of you even found my YouTube channel in the first place. So this summer I thought I'd follow it up with my top 5 tricks and tips and or life hacks, if you will, on how to make driving stick even easier, as though it weren't already easy enough. So let's get right into it. This is going to be my top 5 how to make your life a little bit easier when you're learning how to drive a manual car. Number 5 on this list is the actual shoes that you're going to be wearing as you learn how to drive stick shift and as you learn how to sort of smooth out your shifts. And one thing that really helped me a lot personally was to wear these older worn out shoes where the sole on the shoe is like super thin. These are actually my skateboarding shoes, as you can tell here, but one of the most important things as you're learning how to drive stick is to be able to feel that exact point where the pedal is engaging. And for me, just wearing these really thin soled shoes, that just gave me the best pedal feel. So I highly recommend something like that. Go through your closet, maybe find some old shoes that you haven't worn in a while, and just see if they're thin enough that you can really feel the pedal really nice. And another thing, just for the sake of consistency, I highly recommend as you're learning, wear the same shoes every single day just so that you can stay consistent with the feeling of the pedal. You'll probably want to leave your stripper shoes at home. I know these look really cool and everything, but the sole on these is just going to be too thick where you're not going to get that good pedal feel. So wear some worn out shoes. That's tip number 5. Number 4, and I know this is probably going to sound super obvious, like of course you would do that, but you really need to adjust the seat properly, and it's probably going to take you a couple tries to get the seat in just the right position where it feels comfortable for you. So when you drive stick, you're going to have to be able to depress the clutch pedal all the way to the floor like that. And so if your seat is too far back, you're really going to have to stretch, and that's going to be super uncomfortable if you're like in stop and go traffic. Your leg is going to cramp up. So typically when I drive stick, I end up sitting a little bit closer than I would in an automatic, but you really want your leg to have just the right amount of leverage where you're not too close to the steering wheel, but at the same time you can just very comfortably depress the clutch all the way to the floor, and you'll be good to go. Number 3 is just to eliminate all distractions. Set your phone to the side. You really shouldn't be using your phone when you're driving anyway, no matter what kind of car it is. Another really big mistake that I see people make when they're first learning how to drive stick and they're wondering, why can't I get this any smoother? A lot of people will get in their car and they'll instinctively blast their radio, their Action Bronson or Earl Sweatshirt or whoever you listen to. And it's cool to be able to drive with the radio on, but when you're learning how to drive stick, you really need to hear the engine loud and clear so that you can really time your shifts and get those shifts nice and smooth. So for me, I've been driving the BMW for over 4 years now, so shifting gears in that car is like second nature to me. I don't really need to hear the engine at all. I can just do it all by feel at this point. But with the FRS, since the shifting on this car, the clutch, the shifter, everything is just so radically different. For the past month that I've been driving this car, I've been driving without the radio on. That way I can just hear the engine really well. I'll drive with the windows down whenever I can, again, just so I can hear the engine and I can just practice timing my shifts. So that's tip number 3, get rid of all the distractions. Tip number 2, as it's about to storm on me right now, is to just drive really late at night when there's no other cars on the road. For me, that was just a really huge thing to just help me get comfortable with the car. There's only so much that you can do in a parking lot. Eventually you're going to have to take it out onto a main road, and I understand that pulling out into rush hour traffic for the first time is a little bit intimidating. So for me, I'd go out at like 12 or like 2 in the morning. I'd be the only one out there, so I wouldn't have to worry about like if I stalled or something. I wouldn't be impeding traffic. I wouldn't have people honking at me. I could just kind of go at my own pace and just kind of figure things out. So what I would do, midnight, I'd go out, I'd drive around for an hour or so, come back. And I did that for about the first week that I had my very first manual car, and it just helped me get really comfortable with it. So that's tip number 2, go out late at night. Alright guys, so tip number 1, as I'm sweating through my clothes here, and this one was the biggest game changer for me personally, was to just have a passenger in the car so you can kind of gauge whether you're shifting smooth or not. So for me, after about a month of driving a manual car, I thought that I was a pro. I thought that I knew everything that there was to learn, until the day that I had to pick up my first passenger, and out of my peripheral vision, I just see them kind of bobbing back and forth every time I would shift, and all I could think is like, man, is my shifting really that bad that it's probably making this person car sick? So it turns out that there's an interesting phenomenon that happens when we're driving stick. Something that I kind of observed on my own is that when you're about to shift gears, your abs instinctively tighten up in anticipation of the recoil, and that's why when you're driving yourself, you don't really feel how bad your driving is. But when you have a passenger in your car, you know, they're not really paying attention. They're on Instagram, they're looking out the window, and you're gonna see them bobbing back and forth if your shifts aren't smooth. So have somebody ride with you. Don't tell them what you're doing because that's gonna mess it up, but just say like, hey, can you ride around in the car with me for about 30 minutes? I just want to try something. And then the trick is to try to shift through every single gear and have their torso just stay stationary so that they're not rocking back and forth. If you do that, for me personally, that was the biggest thing that helped me out. So that's tip number one, just bring a passenger in the car with you. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Please just leave a comment down below if you've got any tips of your own that you want to share, maybe something that personally helped you out as you were learning how to drive stick shift. I really appreciate that, and I'm sure that other people reading these comments will find that information helpful as well. Give me a thumbs up if you found these 5 tips helpful, maybe you learned something today, and then also just subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I really appreciate that. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next one.